This is an AEC Routemaster, probably the most famous public service vehicle of all time. An enduring icon of London. A machine that was designed to last little more than a decade, but thanks to its great design, ruled the streets for nearly 50 years. So how could such a brilliant and futuristic machine have been produced at a time of such massive national debt? It all began with one of London Transport's chief engineers, Albert Durant, whose ambition far exceeded what he was actually asked to build. Durant's task was to build a bus that would carry more passengers for less fuel than existing motor buses. He was also determined to build a bus that was safer and easier to drive while matching the comfort levels of the current range of Austin and Morris cars. So, how did he plan to achieve this miracle? Using war technology. Bombers, to be precise. During the war, Durant had witnessed mass production of Halifax Bombers in the London Transport bus factory. Bombers had to be fast, strong and light, so they used loads of this stuff, aluminium, attached to lightweight frames. So Durant decided to build his new bus like a Halifax Bomber, taking the basic shape and design of an existing bus, the RT, and radically reworking it. So the RT has a separate chassis and a body built on top. The chassis supports everything. The RT chassis and running gear weighed a massive 3 3/4 tons. If Durant could lose some of that weight, his new bus could carry far more passengers. If you do away with the chassis, the body has to be much more rigid, because not only does it have to support itself, it has to support everything else. The engine, the gearbox, the steering, the suspension, everything. Like an aircraft, Durant gave his Routemaster a rigid, lightweight frame, called a monocoque, onto which the aluminium panels were mounted. With no heavy chassis under here, the Routemaster could carry 15% more passengers than the RT for the same overall weight. Very clever. With his economical goal achieved, the Routemaster hit the streets in February 1956. And all the other elements that made this bus a masterpiece were unveiled. A dream about to be fulfilled. Yes. When you get behind the wheel, it's hard to believe this is a 50-year-old design. I'm really enjoying it. You really do feel quite something when you're driving a Routemaster. And that's because Durant made it a whole lot easier and safer to drive than any bus before, using the latest car technology, from an automatic gearbox to power steering. Power steering is absolutely wonderful. If this was unpowered steering, I think you'd build some arm muscles that you didn't know you had. For the passengers, like this odd fellow, it had softer suspension, big windows, built-in heating. You could even smoke in those days. Durant really took his goal of enticing people back onto the buses very seriously. But there was one crucial test that would really show whether Durant had nailed the perfect bus. A test that every new driver had to perform before they took to the streets. No problem there. Well done, Mr. Durant. Well, you didn't really think they'd let me do that, did you?